let's go into the next thing here, and that is this. Let's talk about some rewind, shall we? Let's talk about the films that are celebrating anniversaries this year. We are going to talk a little bit about the movies here in the John Campea Show Rewind that turned 10 years old, 20 years old, and to Ray's chagrin, 30 years old today. So let's kick things off here with the movie that's celebrating its 10th anniversary this week, and it's a bad one. Gerard Butler's Playing for Keeps with Jessica Biel, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Uma Thurman. Listen, this is like when Gerard Butler was really becoming the big A-list star. And I really like Gerard Butler. He's got a comedy, by the way, that's looks a lot like Playing for Keeps called what's it called again? It's not An Inconvenient Truth. What's it called? The Awful Truth. The Ugly Truth. The Ugly Truth.
The Ugly Truth.
That's what it's called. The Ugly Truth. That also has terrible reviews, and so many people don't like that movie. I am here to tell you that movie is a comedy masterpiece.
With Heigl.
That's right, with Katherine Heigl. I love that movie. I think that movie's
pretty
great.
good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I like it a lot. Playing for Keeps, though, not so much. Like you can see on this graphic, 4% Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Hey, listen, for a little comedy made $30 million. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, but yeah, a truly, truly awful film turning 10 awful years old this week. All right, that's it for the wide releases that are turning 10. What about the ones that turn 20 years old? Well, there's a couple of them. First, we're going to start with Empire with John Leguizamo, Peter Sarsgaard, Denise Richards. On paper, a very interesting sounding thing, like a
Fat Joe.
Don't forget Fat Joe. When a mob, like a criminal, decides to invest his money in the stock market, it's a really interesting premise. I mean, so many things about this movie should have turned out so well, but it did not. Once again, 21% on the Rotten Tomato meter. And what was it? Bring up the box office again. Made $18 million at the box office. So
it broke even.
Yeah, so probably roughly broke even. All right, also turning 20 years old. This one shocked me.
Yeah.
The sequel, Analyze That. Now, here's the thing. I mean, obviously, you can see this movie was terrible. 27% of Rotten Tomatoes. Made not bad money for a little comedy, $55 million.
Yeah.
The thing was, this was a sequel to a really great comedy. Analyze This with Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro, where Robert De Niro plays a mobster, but he needs therapy, so he starts going to Billy Crystal as a therapist. The first movie, Analyze This, was wonderful. Really, really fun. Analyze That, not so much. It was just everything that you could do wrong as a sequel, this movie did, unfortunately.
So it wasn't the case of just a novelty wearing off, like the spark from the first one. It wasn't one of those. It was just a bad movie.
It was just badly done. Yeah. Like if they had at least even hit all the same notes as the first one, but it was just old and tired, I would have liked it probably a little bit more than I ended up. I mean, it still would have been a step down, but it was really bad. Well, if you thought that was bad, let's go to our 30-year anniversary. Turning 30 years old this week, Eddie Murphy's forgotten gem, The Distinguished Gentleman. Eddie Murphy plays a con man who realizes the biggest con is being in government. And again, you can see 13%, 30 years old, 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. Again, didn't do badly.
Yeah, the star power there.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy had some star power.
Yeah, he had
funny, though?
massive star power at the time. $46 million at the box office, not incredibly terrible. So yeah, once again, guys, in Rewind this week, we got turning 10 years old, Playing for Keeps with Gerard Butler. Turning 20 years old, we've got, what do we got? We got Empire, and we've got Analyze That. And then turning 30 years old this week, The Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy.
Were you purposely picking the worst movies?
Man.
These were the wide release
This was
movies.
just a rough day 20 years ago and 30 years ago and 10
But
years
you know
ago.
what? I'll tell you right now. Next week's Rewind
He's gonna be worse.
is going to be better.
Okay.
Next week's Rewind is better. I can already tell you because I looked ahead a little bit. Next week's Rewind is going to be better. But yeah, guys, question is for you. Out of those gems of Hollywood history, which of those films do you remember the most? Are any of them the ones you remember fondly, or were they all kind of stinkers to you? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your Thoughts? We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Raycon. Guys, the holiday season is upon us, so in the spirit of giving, allow me to give you my recommendation. Premium audio products from Raycon. Raycon's wireless earbuds, headphones, and speakers offer premium sound. Anyone you gift them to will find a use for them right away. And as the person doing the gift giving, you're going to love the fact that they start at half the price of other premium audio brands. You guys know I've been using my Raycons for a long time. Every morning I get up and get on my treadmill, and I love using the Raycons because they're comfortable, they fit perfectly, and most importantly, they sound great. You can find Raycon in stores now like Kohl's or Walmart, but let me tell you right now, you're always going to get the best deal at buyraycon.com/Campea. The Raycon website also offers free shipping, free returns, and buy now, pay later options, plus a 30-day happiness guarantee. So guys, right now go to buyraycon.com/Campea to get 15% off site-wide with the code HOLIDAY, plus free shipping. That's code HOLIDAY at buyraycon.com/Campea for 15% off your Raycon purchase. buyraycon.com/Campea.